Welcome to the Zeke Digital Newsletter. I wanted to get this kicked off with you, obviously with a video. This is important that you understand where to use video in your business. And a lot of times we get stuck thinking just social media. And while I love social media, while that's the cheapest and easiest way to grab the most attention, there are a ton of other uses for your video skills, which is why I launched a course around skills and why I'm always talking about it, why I'm always emphasizing the idea that communication through your video can be a way to grow your business. Now, in the newsletter, you'll notice there's a list of different ways you can use video, and I added some AI prompts. So what I wanted to do is help explain that a little bit so you understood kind of where I'm coming from. And wherever you are on your AI journey, I think it's important that you pay attention to it and start to spend a little bit of time understanding how it can apply to your business and your life and what you can do to use it more effectively. Now, just like you, I'm guessing how you did this is you went to AI, Chatgpt, set up an account, and started using it like Google. And this is pretty common. I think this is the mainstream what people are doing right now is you just drop in a question. Maybe you're doing the same chat every single time. And I think it's important to understand that AI is a tool that will continue to evolve and get better the more you teach it and train it. Now, my good friend Matt Jackson, who actually sponsored this episode today, and I wanted to mention because he's been an incredible influence on me and my business and some of the things that I do in my sales practices. And he's got an amazing course that I have learned from him firsthand, actually, at a conference, talking about just the subliminal mindset, the things that you can do in your sales practices, what you wear, how you mirror, what people are doing, just all the different things that you probably aren't thinking about that will effectively move people through a sales process quicker without them actually knowing about it. It's not about tricking or convincing. It's about just kind of being a little bit more connecting on a deeper mindset level, which is kind of crazy. But he also is in the retirement space, which, as you know, is where I come from. He even has a book, Retired Dream Maker. So he's far ahead of me because a book's on my list of to-dos one day. But if you don't know Matt, go check out some of his content. You can see the link in the newsletter to his course and see what that's all about. I can completely vouch for it. I actually used a couple of those ideas that he had without knowing. I did that earlier in my career when I was chasing jobs and I was doing different interviews, and I would constantly try and change the color of my socks and my tie to match the business that I was interviewing with. And that's just one tactic to really kind of look and do some research on the people you will be meeting with to see what you could do that they probably like or are used to seeing or would make them feel like you fit in more. So check it out. Thanks, Matt, for being part of this. And thanks for being such a great friend. Always love our chats. But let's go back to the newsletter. I included a few different things in there, 5 different ways, and there's probably tons of other ways, but there are ways that you can use video in your practice. Now, whether you sell employee benefits of some kind, for financial planning advice, insurance, P&C insurance, there's a variety of different ways and products people are selling, but when all it boils down to it, it's content. You're not providing anything physical necessarily, other than maybe the contracts and the paperwork that they have to sign. But that's not necessarily what people are buying, right? They're buying your knowledge. They're buying your understanding. They're buying your advice. And that does not have to happen one by one. You can actually do things with video and show them and give them a chance to see stuff before you even get in the room, which I think is very powerful. Now, I've talked about this before, but one of the things I'm doing in my 401k business is I have created video content to service my clients, to provide education so that when I sit down with a group of employees, they're seeing my face and hearing my voice a lot, right? And I'm not necessarily there more than 15 minutes in the face-to-face meetings. However, they are given a website that has me showcasing my video skills, giving them information that they care about and want to know. And what's great about that, honestly, is that I've been able to enhance my brand by doing so. So now when these employees shift jobs and move around, they're going to remember me because I'm not just trying to be a guy that gets the sale done and then disappears and gives all the attention to the account manager, which a lot of you may do. I'm keeping that attention for myself. And while that may seem selfish, it actually gives them a little bit more safer place to go and feel more confident in the information they're getting because they're getting it consistently from the same place, from the same person. And over time, that builds more trust. It helps them take action quicker. It yields better results for them because what I'm giving them is good advice. I believe in it. I stand behind it. I practice it. So what I want you to do in this newsletter, if you just take one of the ideas that I give you, right? Just look at one. use Chatgpt or whatever AI tool you want to use and start to build out a type of assistant that would give you the information you need in the voice you want. Now, what do I mean? And this is going to be something we'll probably talk about more later. But what I mean is you need to have a chat specifically dedicated to whatever you're trying to do. Don't just start a new chat every time, or don't keep doing everything on the same one. Start to create an assistant, your dream person that potentially you could just spit off ideas and content and type up really bad information, terrible written, some of the practices, like just, you don't have to be perfect. What's great about AI is you can give it an unperfect piece of content and ask it to make it better and make it sound like you and make it look like what you want. And you can even train your assistant. So what I've done in my ChatGPT is I've created one called Zeke. Zeke's my middle name. That's what I've named my marketing agency because I'm helping more than 4K advisors. I have trained Zeke to kind of know the influencers that I follow, the content that I consume. I've given it different books and ideas and things that I want it to reflect on when I tell it to make a piece of content that I create, make it better, phrase it this way, do it this way. And I added some prompts in there for you, and you can always take these prompts and then continue to enhance them. But keep that chat specific to your business, to what you're trying to accomplish. And continue to name an assistant so that it understands when you mention the name of that mythical creature or assistant that you've made, it will actually understand what you're talking about because you've been training it and teaching it. Now, I was listening to the book Elon Musk. It's a great biography that has been just eye-opening, the way that he thinks and operates and runs his businesses. But the part I'm at now is actually how Tesla is continuing to evolve and get better at driving cars. And what is giving them such an advantage over everyone else and why they're so far ahead is they have so much data from over 2 million drivers across the world, giving them different looks and situations that cars are running into that it can help program the AI around how to self-drive the car, right? They have the data. So the more that you continue to feed the AI about different situations, about the way that you thought about this, a piece of content that helped you understand this concept better, and you'd like to apply some of the same principles, then it will start to be a little bit more custom to what you're trying to accomplish, and it will make more sense rather than just some Google search and where you're hoping that it spits something out that doesn't sound like a robot did it, right? It'll not sound like that because you'll teach it. So this is my encouragement to you. Get more serious about it. Pick one of the things in the newsletter that you'll go and try. Apply the AI to what you're doing in video skills to give you some outline, some structure, some real guidance of maybe a series of videos you could do or a series of ways you could deliver content to your current customers or to your prospects or to generate more leads. I mean, there's all sorts of ways to use video. And when you enhance it with AI, you're going to give yourself a lot better chance to cover the spectrum of things that you want those people to consume and understand and get value from. And so give that a try. I'm excited to hear more about that. We'll probably do more on how to apply AI into your video skills and where to apply those inside your business. But all of this really doesn't even have to do with social media. So those of you that don't do social media, totally fine. I get that. It's probably one of my main objections I hear. Compliance, and I don't do social media. Well, unfortunately, you've got to deal with compliance. So we want to work through that process. And one of the best ways to get them on board to allow you to do social media in the future is to do video content in your business that is on some way, a website or locked behind a login somewhere where they can see you are providing good information that they're comfortable with, so that in the future when you say, look, I want to open this up to more than just our current customers looking at this. It's been successful here. Let's make it useful for us to win over here. You're going to be that much further ahead. So it gives you more data to present to them as successful and will only help further the cause of growing your business. So take a look at that. Excited for you. This is a journey we're going to continue to work on. Releasing these newsletters once a week just to give you a little bit of a push, some accountability to further give you some things that I've been researching that have been working in my practice and help you, make progress applying video to helping you reach your dreams and goals.